How would you confront this hatred in order to create peace?
I rewatched Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I have to say, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is so fucking fun. I appreciate this show so much more now as an adult. The best thing that came out from the 4Kids dub for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is definitely the guitar soundtracks.
I activate the spell card polymerization. Now, by sending some select monsters from my hand to the grave, I can summon a
They played certain badass guitar soundtracks in Pacific duels and Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and it made the duel even more exciting, more fun, more energetic, very entertaining. When the guitar soundtracks kicked in for this series, oh my god, it made everything so much better, and it really made you feel like you were in the duel when those soundtracks were playing. Jesus Christ. Now then, the characters themselves, I love the cast of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I love Zane. He is definitely my favorite character in the entire show. I do believe he's actually the best character in GX next to Aster Phoenix. Jaden is awesome. Alexis, Chaz, etc. Every one of these main characters are very likable, or you can get something personally out of them. They all mean something to the story. And I have to say, I like Jaden. I'm not an expert at all when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh!, but I do know he's loved and hated at the exact same time. Jaden is supposed to be a duelist that stands out different from everyone else. He doesn't take anything seriously. Every time when the enemy is about to end his duel, Jaden just smiles, and they just look at him like, dude, why are you smiling? You're about to lose. And Jaden's like, well, I'm having fun. This is the funnest I ever had. And he's not bullshitting. Jaden literally lives to have a good duel. It's not about winning or losing. As long as you're getting something out of it, that's the only thing that matters. And I love that. You could argue that he should have taken something seriously, but I do love how Jaden stands out completely different than other duelists. Make sure you're having fun and don't get depressed because you're about to lose. Just have fun and figure out your cards right, and then see if you have a chance to actually win. And Jaden always kept his head up, and that's why I like him a lot. Alexis is actually a pretty well written female character for this series, in my opinion. She's awesome. She has great screen time. She has decent duels. She was always there for Jaden for his ups and his downs. I like Alexis. Chaz is awesome. He's funny. He's awesome. I love his number dragons. He's a really fun and cool character. I heard he takes his dueling much more serious in the manga, completely different character in the manga as a whole. But Chaz in the anime, he's too fucking fun. How can you not like Chaz? Chaz it up. Zane is my favorite character by far. I love his character arc. I like how he lost his way after losing from Aster Phoenix. He went on a very dark path. He acknowledges that there is something wrong with him. He wants to figure out why he's always losing, why is he not motivated. Then he gets in a mess with this guy that offers him a cage duel that helps him to get better as a duelist. And then Zane becomes a character who lived to duel just like Jaden, to a character that just cares about dueling, and that's it. And he was actually apparently getting a good kink on when it came to the shocking collars, apparently, and then he got darker, more serious, more aggressive, but I like that character arc that Aster Phoenix put him on. I don't want to say Aster Phoenix was nothing but a plot device to change our lead characters, Zane and Jaden, to come back, to return to them as a much better and stronger character because they lost. I would just have to say that he did a great role for what he did to really improve Zane and Jaden as what they used to be. That they're going to lose at some point, and to improve, they have to like go in their own arcs to really think what really matters, how to get better at being a duelist. I think losing to Aster Phoenix really motivated them both for the correct reasons. Zane took it to the dark side, and Jaden became more self-aware of how to defeat Aster Phoenix the right way and how to improve his dueling. I like the two different paths that Zane and Jaden went on because of Aster. He's a great character as well. I like his character arc just the same as Zane, trying to find the person who killed his father. He was on a dark road trying to find the truth. He was always the top of his game. He was the greatest duelist of all time. He started out as a character who was playing the fool, pretending like he's a new student, but really they found out he's the toppest duelist in the world. I like how they introduced him, and I really liked how he moved the plot forward for much other arcs in GX. He stayed in the show for a very long time after he was introduced, and I'm very thankful for that. Now then, the whole characters as a whole, some you like, some you don't. I really like Zane, Jaden, and Aster Phoenix the most out of the entire cast. I feel like Zane and Aster Phoenix as a whole were the best written characters. I like Jaden, but I don't feel like he's the best written in this story. Like I keep saying, side characters sometimes are better than main characters. Now then, rewatching this show as an adult, I appreciate it more, I love it more. I had such a good fucking time with it. I got my coffee in the morning. I started out putting some cards next to my computer and watching this show at night or in morning. And I just love what I got at GX. It's such an enjoyable, well-written series for what it was. This show even motivated me to buy some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I actually went back online and bought some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I did not believe I was going to do that, but God, it was fun to buy some Yu-Gi-Oh cards again. Jesse is also one of my favorite characters. I love his character design. I love his Crystal Beast deck. I like his friendship with Jaden because they are so dangerously very similar to each other. They both admire dueling. They both like to talk about cards. They both live for the sake of dueling. They have the same excitement when it comes to dueling. They are like brother and brother. They both like dueling. They are both similar, and I can completely understand why the fanbase ships them in, in that way, because there goes a time where Jaden does nothing but think about Jesse, wants Jesse back because he thinks he died. He gives it all for Jesse. He sacrifices his friends, and he only thinks about Jesse and not the ones that have been with him for the longest of time. So I completely understand that when it came to the dark side of Yu-Gi-Oh GX, but I understand where the fanbase is coming from. Now then, my favorite duel in Yu-Gi-Oh GX is Zane versus Yubel. The animation, the dark colors, the purple lighting in the show. I loved how everything looked in this duel. Cyber End Dragon versus Dark Rainbow Dragon. Oh my God, that was so fucking hype. I loved everything about this battle because it's Zane's final battle. Through all the shark color battles that he was given, because his heart is giving out, it's breaking minute by minute because all the shock duelings that Zane was doing ended up taking a big price on his heart. So Zane is dueling it like it's his final duel. And in my personal opinion, I think Zane won this duel because Yubel walked away because I feel like he knew that he lost and Zane was about to end the duel, but because Zane ended up dying and he couldn't finish the final blow, the duel was a draw and nobody won. But in my personal opinion, Zane won that duel and Yubel was aware of it, so he walked away and left. But when Zane died, I actually shed a tear. I never knew Yu-Gi-Oh GX would ever make me cry. I never knew Yu-Gi-Oh itself would ever make me cry, but Zane's death really just, it was sad, man, because he's my favorite character and I never knew GX was ever going to kill a character like this. So when Zane went, I felt broken, man. Like, I shed a tear to this shit. But Yubel versus Zane, I just love the soundtrack, the setting, the dueling. I love the voice acting. I like the animation. Cyber End Dragon versus Rainbow Dark Dragon. I can't ask for anything more. This fight was so fucking hype. And Zane's death really just made it go up to a 10. So I have to say this is my favorite duel in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh GX show. Now then, some of the words in this duel were awesome. Like Yubel, haha, now that's what I call a heart attack. Because Zane was like dying in the immense battle, trying to give it his all, and Yubel is trying to give it his all as well, pushing Zane back and forth, until Zane was completely broken and weak. This fight was so awesome. I love this duel. Anyways, I love Yu-Gi-Oh GX. I like the characters. Some are better than others, of course. I love the 4Kids soundtrack. I did watch the dub, and I had fun with it. So I'm going to give Yu-Gi-Oh GX a 10 out of 10 for personal experience and just having so much fun with it. But from a writing point of view, it's not the greatest out there. But I have to say, guys, after rewatching it as an adult, I love GX so much more now, and I admire it so much more now, and I love it a lot. It holds a special place in my heart now. So thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh GX, man. It was a great journey. I'm DLX, subscribe if you want, and stay dueling weird. Get your game on. Bye.